When my wife and I were thinking about school for Annie and William, we were looking at public and independent schools. And we were open to both, but we really felt compelled by what we found at PBS. And I think a lot of it comes down to the opportunities that the size of the school and the size of the classroom affords kids. And we found a commitment to educating the individual, to giving kids both social and an intellectual education, and giving kids an opportunity to learn about science and humanities in a way that we honestly just didn't find at any other school. And these are all places where PBS invests heavily and I think differentiates itself. Kids who come out of PBS have a solid intellectual foundation and really solid problem-solving skills as well. But beyond that, the kids that we've met who have been PBS alums are kind, good, genuine people. And I think the core values that PBS espouses, you can really see kids living into those the four walls of Phillips Brooks. What surprised me about PBS is the quality of the relationships that we as parents have with the teachers and the administrators at the school. We certainly heard a lot about this as a distinguishing factor of PBS coming in, but we found it to even exceed expectations. I consider teachers folks that are approachable on a daily basis. If we have questions about our child's education, we have routine conversations with administrators about the school, and I feel the commitment to individual education in a way that's honestly blown me away as a parent. Phillips Brooks starts really early, giving kids an age-appropriate emotional toolkit. Even in pre-K, I remember my son and daughter knowing how to diffuse conflicts with other kids, to do this independently. And I think that allows kids to focus on education, allows kids to focus on productive, positive relationships with the world around them. And it's something that I don't think exists elsewhere. There's so many opportunities for families to be involved with Phillips Brooks, and I see in regular classroom environments the invitation for parents, for families and kids to share what's distinct about them, to share things that make their family unique, their heritage unique. And I think it's the opportunity to bring that kind of diversity into the classroom that's pretty extraordinary. And it's not just the opportunity for families and kids to share what's unique about them, but it's also watching the responses from classmates as kids tell them about a particular tradition that they have, or a particular book that's their favorite. And it's that, again, that kind of diversity, that kind of openness that I think is really distinctive and allows families and kids to have a unique relationship with the school, and also kids to have a more diverse perspective once they leave Phillips Brooks. For me, one of the most important core values is courage. And I think to give kids the confidence, personally, emotionally, and socially, is an invaluable tool for the rest of their lives. And one thing that impresses me about Phillips Brooks is how it prepares kids to be confident learners. And I see that when I visit my daughter's classroom and I see her sharing ideas with her classmates in a way that's open, that's confident. And I see that across the classroom. And I see that when I visit Gather and I see kids as young as kindergarten confidently getting up and sharing something special about their day, about their week, about their experience with their peers. And I think that's something that I didn't have as a kid growing up. And I think it's an incredible advantage to give kids here at Phillips Brooks. Phillips Brooks does an amazing job of customizing education for kids. And I think what's unique is it does it both intellectually and socially. So there are examples, I think back to my son William's time in pre-K. where teachers customize the lesson plan according to the kid's interests. So his class had a particular interest in understanding how doors worked around campus. And so they had a lesson where they explored different mechanisms for opening doors and hypothesized about why some were easier to open than others. All this experiential learning gives kids a real love for the discovery of information and allows them to embrace their education in a way that I don't think they would otherwise. And my daughter's class expressed an interest in historical biographies, and so as a class they got into costume after researching their characters and went to the Menlo Park Library in character and presented their reports. I think beyond these classroom exercises, there are moments every day and every week that are unique and can be overlooked, but they're just as significant. In my daughter's first grade experience, I remember talking to her teacher about why she was paired with another student in a group exercise. And the pairing was purposeful. It was done so that there would be more diversity of perspectives in the work that was done, but also because they were students that had different social habits, and it was important for both of the students to grow a little bit. And I think it's, again, that commitment that PBS has, not only to customizing the education, but customizing the social environment that really stands out. My advice would be meet some families, spend some time with teachers, spend some time with the administration, and you'll get a sense for how committed they are to making the experience an exceptional one for your kid.